not much is going on, but that's okay. Should we just start?
So I think we should also...
we can talk for sure.
Yeah. What I was just getting at, we should also talk... I hate when you do that.
I do what I want.
Just finger on my mic.
I do it.
There we go.
Your mic?
Yeah. I paid for one a long time ago.
You did.
I don't even know. That mic's been gone for 6 months, probably 2 years.
That one is 6 times the cost, but you did pay for one a long time ago.
It was a long-ass time ago.
I will reimburse you. You take your pick up there.
I don't even know what I paid for.
You take your pick. You don't take your pick.
So we should probably also talk about guys that aren't big names that we wish we had more of, too.
I agree with that.
Okay. Let's rock and roll. Did we tell Hux what we're doing?
Yeah, he was here.
What?
Just talking about our guys.
Yeah, just now.
It's the Back Row Fantasy Show, Our Guys episode. Our Guys.
Sco.
Today on the Back Row Fantasy Show, me, Arms, and Hux is back. Talk about our guys in fantasy football for 2020, starting now.
Welcome to the Back Row Fantasy Show with your hosts, Jeremy Barker, Aaron Arms, and Brian Hux.
Hux is back. Hux is back.
It's the return of the Hux.
Return of the Hux. Oh, baby, yeah, return of the Hux. I am really excited. There's a fluffiness in the air tonight. I can feel it fluffing in the air tonight.
Hold on.
Hux on. Hux is back. He don't have the COVID. He works with some folks that have the COVID, but we're willing to risk it because we missed.
Well,
Hux.
we risk it for the biscuit, you know.
We risk it because we love this bearded bastard.
Screw Corona.
Yeah, it sucks. So Hux is back. We're excited. Welcome to the Back Row Fantasy Show. As always, it is me, Bark, and to my left is Arms.
Hello.
And to my right, thank the sweet
good morning.
Lord.
I forgot.
You did forget.
How long? Man, sorry. Good morning.
It's okay. And to the right is our very special Hux.
Hello.
I've literally genuinely missed you.
Yeah,
Seriously.
I know.
Not just the show.
It's been 3 months almost.
Not just the show. I missed you.
I know.
I got excited to talk to a guy at my job today that works with Hux, like for us to share in our love.
Can you touch him? Just gently brush his arm as you walk by. Oh. No, that's probably what you're saying to the guy at your job.
Yeah. Like, could you just tap him on the butt one time for me? Just a little boop, 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 boop. But I was genuinely excited to talk to the guy because, like, we both know Hux. And I was like, isn't he just the best dude? He's like, actually, he is. And I'm like, yes. Yes, he is.
Yeah, I know.
There's not many Huxes you find in life, but we got one and he's back. So
there's not many of us at all.
No, there's not. But I imagine the rest of them are just kind of I would put your brother in that category because I love your brother, but he's not a Hux.
He's a comer.
He's a comer.
Yeah.
But I do love that guy too.
I like your dad.
Yeah.
Dad's a good dude.
I haven't met
dude.
Dad. I feel left out.
Ed,
okay.
isn't it?
I don't want to talk about this anymore. I haven't met Dad. I feel left out. Let's talk about football.
Wow.
All right.
Just kidding.
Wow. Okay.
It's fine.
No, just go on.
Let's talk about this football thing.
Yeah, whatever football is.
Okay. Well,
I'm not even going to have a season.
That's
talking about football.
That's a real question. I mean, what is football right now? Because it's just a steaming pile of shit right now. The biggest news of the week is Debo Samuel broke his foot.
Yeah.
And is projected to be back by the beginning of the season.
Why is he even out doing anything?
I don't know. I mean, they kind of got to stay in shape unless we want to watch like Jared Lorenzen, the Jared Lorenzen League,
dude,
the JLL.
Yeah.
You talk about more dead people.
The JLL.
Just inadvertently like, yeah, Jared Lorenzen, you're making fun of him. Like, he died like 2 years ago. Get off the guy.
There is no disrespect when it is factual that he is the size of an old school offensive lineman.
Was.
I want to believe he's still with us.
You're horrible.
I want to believe he's still with us.
You are the worst.
I love JL.
Okay.
So, anyways, we're here. We're going to talk about our guys, but there's some stuff to talk about. Debo, he is out, and it's a fractured foot. What do you guys think that means? Does he? The reports seem to suggest he'll be back by week 1, but Trent Taylor had a similar injury and did not play all season because the first surgery went wrong. The second surgery, his foot got infected. He missed the whole season. Like, this is not a petty injury. We've got a broken foot. The most important part of a football player's body, to me, is a foot.
It's
cannot run
certainly
without,
up there.
Yeah. Like, you cannot do much without feet. If a Pirate was on the football field, the only position
Basically
I could
worthless.
see him being is kicker.
I think personally, I think he'd suck at that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
How's he going to play it?
Troy Olsen says it means nothing. It means buy him now. I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I think the
1000%.
opportunity to buy him would be now, but I mean, my guess is if the season were to start on time, I'm gonna go out. I don't think they're gonna rush him back. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say he misses first 6 weeks.
Ooh. See, I don't think he'll miss any time.
I'm not sure he'll miss any time. I mean, they're saying he should be ready by week 1. Not saying he'll be healed. They're saying ready.
He'll be healed.
You know what I mean? So I think a fracture typically is a 4 to 6 weeks to actually.
6 weeks is what I've been seeing.
Feet are different, right? So is he?
They're fetishable.
Yeah, I got you. So is he 8 weeks out before he can start really running? What's that pushed up to? So 8 weeks from today, all of July.
Mid-August.
Mid-August. So he give him a few weeks to be in shape. Is he going to be a stud first couple weeks? No, but. You know,
That's what I just
Give him
don't.
a few weeks
Depends
after
on
that.
how it heals.
I just don't think they're gonna rush him.
Why
no,
would
I don't
they?
either.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
I mean,
hold on.
I know they're not really loaded with like top tier talent or
Well,
anything, but
they may not be loaded with top tier talent, but I'm a big fan of Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Trent Taylor supposedly looked fantastic in camp before he got hurt, and it feels like they have someone else. I know Emmanuel Sanders is gone.
George
You
Kittle.
never know. Pettis could step up. It could happen, but I doubt it.
I mean, I'd say it's gonna be a lot of the run game, a lot of Kittle.
Literally what it's been before that.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean,
Right.
you know, it's just
And you got Ayuk. I'm a big fan. Like, he could pull a Terry McLaurin if Doobie
Debo.
if Debo misses any time.
I mean,
Doobie.
they're going to have all
Troy Olsen knows what I'm talking about.
all of camp to work together.
Yeah.
So I mean, this more than anything, I don't think it really kills Debo as much as it really catapults Ayuk's value.
I mean, even like a Kendrick Bourne or somebody else could step up. And so I mean, like I said, they don't have any top guys besides Kittle, obviously, but I think they're talented enough to where they don't have to rush them back week 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
yeah.
But they're also that team that's. I mean, you're in a good division.
Oh yeah.
The NFC is not a walkthrough. I mean, they've got to win games, and they know it. So, they may not rush him back week 1, but I doubt they're going to have him on the PUP list to start the season to put him out 6 weeks, because if
Right.
they're 0-2, he's coming back week 3.
If that part of the
Yeah.
game is their problem. Yeah.
Again.
Well,
But I mean-
I agree
adding
with
a
Troy.
spark is
Right.
always, it's always helped.
I agree with Troy 100%. You can follow Troy Olsen at DFF Voice. Thanks for that cheap, shameless plug, Troy, on the Twitter. But Debo, I don't think he's going to miss any time. What are we? We're in June. I mean, we've got mid-June. So even mid-August is 8 weeks. And by the time the season starts, that's 11 weeks roughly, 12 weeks. I mean, he's probably going to be fine, but go buy him. I mean, I
agree.
think he was poised to step up again because we loved him coming out as a
Yes.
rookie.
Oh, yeah.
He showed us why, and he's just getting started. So go buy him if you can.
Get you some Debo.
Get you some of that doobie. Debo, get you some Debo.
So, what does this do? I mean, does it actually? Do you think anyone else on that offense, at wide receiver specifically, is suddenly highly ownable?
I think Ayuk's been highly ownable from the start.
Does it
But
increase his
outside of
value?
him, yeah, I think it increases. I think it increases his value just on the off chance that something else goes wrong. The foot doesn't heal right. Julio had issues with his injured foot years ago, right? I mean, he didn't come back as quickly as the league thought. So, you need to err on the side of caution sometimes.
Okay.
I think
Now,
Ayuk is
and,
a good
If you're
buy.
still doing like rookie drafts right now, where like I think in the few we've had,
Maybe move him up a spot or two.
I mean, is that it?
Yeah, I think that's it.
'Cause where was he going in our drafts that we've already done? Was he
Late first, early
Yeah.
second.
Was he a first round pick in any? I didn't. See him
In
going
some
first.
of my leagues, he
Okay.
was.
I didn't think
mixed
any of
and
mine. I
matched.
thought it was mid late second, really.
Man,
So I mean, does
He
was
was kind of projected as the number 2 receiver there de facto anyway, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's not like the number 1 receiver in San Fran is a baller. You know what I mean? It's not like, you even expect Debo to put up 1,500 yards.
Right.
So maybe a couple receiver spots.
Guarantee him maybe a late first pick in a 16-team league.
Let me tell you
I wouldn't guarantee it. I still think he's like I still think it's going to be early second possibility, but he won't fall past pick 204.
So still not taking him above a guy like Justin Jefferson.
No.
I am.
Obviously, you're – seriously?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That high on Ayuk.
Good for you. You could trade back and still get him whatever pick you have.
I'm sticking by my Justin Jefferson thing before the season. Like he bumped up for me, but I got a feeling.
Okay.
I got a feeling.
So him versus Mims. He passed Mims.
Oh, yeah.
But Mims is probably de facto number 1.
Depends on if Perryman is actually good or not. We don't know yet.
Yeah.
So I love Mims, but Ayuk is just up there for me. I mean, he has been. It's just, listen, that's a run-first team that that when they're not running, they're not looking to throw deep. And Ayuk's not a deep guy anyways. Ayuk's going to be that shallow, get him in space, throw a 5-yard out, get him in space, or, a seam right down the middle. Like Ayuk is Debo was really good for a reason last year. And it was because it was a run-first team that he could be a part of. He could be a part of the run game. And when not a big part of the run game, they knew if they got it to him 3 to 5 yards out, he was going to gain extra yards after contact, turn into a 7 or 8 yard play.
Absolutely.
Ayuk is the same kind of player as far as getting it to him short, but he's a different kind of player. The yards after contact aren't what you get from him. You get shiftiness, and he can break one.
Okay.
So I think Ayuk's the perfect guy for San Francisco to really surprise. Just my opinion. If Denzel Mims was on that Niners team, I wouldn't be that excited about Denzel Mims because it's not a vertical team. Okay. They don't go deep and throw it up for a guy to go up and get it. They want to play smartly and grind out first downs, and Ayuk's going to be great for that.
I feel like I would have the same opinion as far as their talent. That you draft a guy for what he does for a reason. So if they take Mims, I feel like they're, with the intention to try and air it out. So either one on that team, I'd have the same opinion on the de facto number 2 with number 1 upside.
Yeah.
That's how I'd look at it.
And again, I love Mims.
What other guys went around him? So, he went typically above T. Higgins, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
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 So,
not by a ton.
But what other guys would be in that conversation?
Rager was in that conversation.
Rager. So him above Rager right now?
Yeah, I think so. I don't really believe in a true number 1 presence on the Eagles. I think Rager's going to be really good. I don't think he's going to be like lighting up the fantasy world year 1.
Okay.
Year 2 or 3, very well could. Year 1, not convinced.
Okay.
But Ayuk with Emmanuel Sanders gone, Debo possibly missing a game or 2, maybe. But the Niners receiving core was just awful anyways. And Ayuk's just the perfect guy for the way they play the game.
Okay.
My opinion.
Let's see. I'm trying to see who else was out. Laviska Shenault.
Shenault, yeah.
I saw Laviska Shenault slide more in drafts than
someone fantasy data, and it actually has Ayuk as the number 5. Judy, Lamb, Ruggs, Jefferson, Ayuk. And then it goes Huggins, Gandy, Mims, Shenault, Rager, Pittman Jr.
My God, Rager going behind all those guys? And Pittman Jr., I think that's a mistake.
This is just one I just pulled up random. I don't know what kind of pool it's from or anything like that. So
what else is going on in football world?
It's an ADP, though. So
more football world news. Dr. Fauci says there probably won't be football, but last time I checked, I don't think he decides what happens.
Well, he's been in his job too long anyway, so
yeah, one of those things.
Anyhow, no need to go there.
Needs to be termed out. Anyways, so football could happen. It could not. It's looking kind of skimpish, but let's go ahead. I don't think there's any other relevant football news that we haven't covered within a week's time. So let's get.
By the way, I pulled a fantasy football calculator, and it's the same list of people in the same order. So
really, Rager that low?
Yeah.
Huh.
That's crazy.
Sorry, just trying to pull up random ones.
No, it's fine. Also, if you are listening or watching, there is a number on the screen. You can call it. If you want to call, add something to the conversation, by all means, go ahead. Let's start talking about our guys, because we're also going to do some reaction videos. If no one knows, it's been a long time. People are clamoring to see Hux. Clamoring to see him.
Absolutely. They're clamoring to see Hux.
Anyone want to start? Do you have a guy that you try to, I know you do, Arms, and I'm thinking about him right off the top of my head, that you try to have on every team?
Well, it's not even
our guys.
It's not even a try. It's, the guy
you value him higher
the guy
than
for
most.
the price.
Yeah.
I have Darius Geis, I think, on, it's right there, on basically every, I might not have him in one league, but, if you're drafting a startup, he falls incredibly low, and there's injury concern. So, I mean, it's kind of a rightfully so. He's got, his fall. But his the talent is there for him to be, a top 5 guy. I mean, he does have that kind of talent, or borderline top 5 anyway. But everyone's concerned about it. Everyone's concerned about, him not being able to make it through the season. And I do get it. But, man, whenever you see him go against, I think it was the Panthers, and it was like 10 carries for like 127 yards. He's got all the tools to be successful. I'm never going to get the value out of him that I think he's worth. So
No.
So there it is. I mean, nobody's going to. I was offered at one point in time, late last year, 2 firsts, but they were late firsts or projected to be late first, and I wasn't having it. But no one's going to go offer you, a ton of value for guys based on injury concerns. That's an Arms guy just because I can't. I've already owned him. I can't get rid of him for anything of value, so might as well hang on to him.
I just want to add, if I own Geis, I'm not selling him either. And it's not because I love him like you. I do when he's healthy. Most violent running back in football, I think, if he's healthy. I think that's who he is. But I wouldn't sell because the value's just currently not. There's no reason.
I mean, at one point in time, I traded like not 2020 draft, but the 2019 draft. It was at the time like pick 104. At that time, I don't know where it ended up being, and Devonta Freeman for Geis. I feel like I came out ahead.
You did,
especially if that pick dropped, let's say to 1-8. I don't know who went, on ADP 1-8 in the 2019 draft, but odds are they're, not great, and Devonta Freeman's a free agent.
Yeah.
Yep.
Agree. Hux, you got a guy, or you want me to?
You can go ahead. I just looked through my rosters, and I didn't really see like one guy I have on.
There's not
multiple.
There's not a guy that you've coveted and tried to acquire.
I mean,
Who do you try to own everywhere is what we're getting at.
Yeah, I get it.
Well, you apparently don't.
I get much.
I don't want Michael Thomas.
I missed
just one league.
Well, no, because you want like 6 first for him.
You're not getting what I'm saying. I was acting like I'm you.
I get.
You didn't apparently.
You don't get it. Apparently.
And Michael Thomas, by the way, probably worth 6 first.
Nobody's worth 6 first.
Anyways,
if I had 6 first and someone had Michael Thomas,
no,
I would consider it.
No, I'm not giving 6 first.
Jesus.
I'm not giving 6 first for a receiver.
If they're late first, if they're almost guaranteed to be late first, absolutely, I'll do it.
Think about the next 3 wide receivers behind him and maybe getting them for 3.
But depends on what your receiver core looks like at this point as well.
No.
I mean, it's obviously a lot of factors, based on this
I'm
decision.
assuming I've got a good number 2 and a good number 3.
Okay. That's fair.
I was going to say, like,
if you're a championship
receiver,
team,
I
maybe.
was targeting some last year, and his value kind of took a hit. Was Courtland Sutton with Judy coming in, but I still like Sutton. I'd like to own him.
I disagree that his value took a hit.
I mean, maybe it didn't, just because it all depends on Drew Lock also.
I'm not as excited about Sutton with Judy there. I mean, Drew Lock has got to be absolutely phenomenal to make 2 number 1 wide receivers in Denver.
Yeah.
Courtland Sutton's awesome. I really like him, but I'm not paying the price after they
got a lot of weapons
Judy.
there.
Yeah.
Oh, we
Hamler.
absolutely do.
I mean,
yeah.
Added Melvin Gordon, Noah Fant, a lot of weapons there in Denver.
To me, that just tells me, all right, you've already got rapport with Sutton. I didn't play a whole season together, but they've got history together, And now you have to cover Judy. You're going to have to cover Hamler. Fant can't be ignored. And you got to make sure that you're covering Melvin Gordon out of the backfield. Like, this could be the biggest year Courtland Sutton ever has.
It could, but my God, there's so many mouths to feed. I just don't.
Who cares about feeding mouths?
Me.
You don't worry about feeding the damn mouth. You worry about winning football games. And winning football games, you throw to the open guy, and the open guy is going to be Courtland Sutton.
Any of those guys could be open. I mean, if anything, you
But
could make the argument that Courtland Sutton is going to be the one with the most coverage, opening it up for Gordon,
In theory.
Fant,
In theory.
Hamler.
But there's
Judy?
too many weapons out there to where he's still going to draw your number one guy.
What's that other guy?
But he's also going to be your number one.
Lindsey?
He's still going to be your number one read, is my point.
Jake Butt?
Number one read with single coverage.
The other rookie
Rob
tight
Smith.
end,
They
the other
still have
rookie
Jake
tight
Butt.
end they drafted.
Huh?
They drafted what? Albert O. Is that who they drafted?
Alberto?
Tight end.
I believe, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Demarius Thomas? I mean,
I
they're all
saw
going to be
people
open.
going after him, by the way.
Easy Ed McCaffrey.
Ed McCaffrey? Monte Ball?
Terrell Davis.
Terrell Davis?
All right, anyhow.
John Elway?
Maurice Claret.
Maurice Claret? Absolutely. Okay, a guy I have targeted on every team. I'm not going big. I'm going to focus on those high payout guys that are cheap on some of my teams. I've made it a point on 78% of my teams. That's about as accurate as I can get. I did the math, but I didn't actually look to see if it was correct. 78% of my leagues, I have acquired Damien Harris. The reason I've acquired Damien Harris is because I am not a massive Sony fan. I mean, the PlayStation 5 looks like shit. So I'm moving on from Sony, and I'm going for the Xbox and Damien Harris.
I'm buying a PS5.
I'm buying Damien Harris.
I'm not buying it on its looks.
Damien
Just what
Harris
it looks like.
looks like a fucking router.
I don't give a shit about the looks of it. want
I
performance.
actually don't even play games, but if I bought anything, it'd probably be a Switch.
What are you, 78? Are you a grandma or are you going to play
I have a
shuffleboard?
Have you
Switch.
not played Animal Crossing?
I haven't. I have a Switch. I haven't.
I haven't either.
I don't
But-
even know what that is.
I haven't either. But
I
listen,
don't know what Animal Crossing is.
Sony Michel, to me, I know he's had an okay couple of years. To me, he's a disappointment. And I know that's in part to the Patriots and the way they play the game and having James White. But I've just got this sneaking suspicion that James White could be traded. And I don't love Sony Michel. And Damien Harris is basically dirt ass cheap right now. You can get Damien Harris as a throw-in. I've gotten Damien Harris as a throw-in
He's not cheap anymore.
for
After you
draft
just put him
pick
out
trades.
there.
Yeah.
Well, I've got him. I don't
What a-
give
what a dick.
I don't give a damn. I've got him. So raise the price, just like webcams during the coronavirus. The webcam we're on cost me $130. It's $350 on Amazon right now.
But this one's for sale now if you want to
It's
message
for
Barker.
sale. Do you want it? I will fucking use the 35 millimeter on this bitch ass of a stream. Buy my
Why are you cussing so
buy my
much?
webcam. I'm so
Why are
excited
you
Hux
angry?
is here.
Why are you angry?
I'm so excited
So
Hux is
angry.
here. I also had a
Jesus
really
Christ.
shitty day that I got to tell you about later, Arms.
It's great.
But anyways, Damien Harris, I absolutely think that this is going to be the next Alabama running back to step up and take someone's job. He's going to step up and take a Georgia Bulldogs job. Once he gets a few carries, they're going to be like, shit, this guy is what we need. I love Damien Harris in 2020.
okay.
Love.
I mean, I
don't
don't know why they didn't use him more than they did last year. But
I agree. What did he have? Like legitimately like 5 carries on the season. It was
I don't
stupid
know
low.
this for a fact, but I don't think his pass pro was up to snuff for one.
if it doesn't get there, he's not going to play anyways.
Not to mention year 2 of a first-round running back in Sony Michel. Year 3, I think, is when you can start to be like,
Maybe he doesn't have it.
maybe he doesn't have it. Maybe he's not that great.
I don't think they've got. Just the way they play the game. I just don't think they've tapped into Sony Michel's full potential.
I'm not going to dispute that. That is possible.
They just had
Because he was electric coming out of
Yeah,
college.
and I mean, the way the Patriots play football, it's almost like they can't let anybody get on a long-term roll. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, we're going to send Michelle 3 carries. He might have 12 yards on the 3 carries, and then they're like, hey, where's Rex Burkhead? We need a yard and a half to get us into a 3rd and 6. Like,
Where's Rex Burkhead? We know he's on. We know he's on Trump's fantasy roster. Let's go ahead and throw him in. Let's do this one for the Trumpster.
But that's the way they play football, and it's maddening. It's like we're just going to randomly James White. We're just going to give him 4 fucking touchdowns. He's got 5 yards in the game, but all of them are goal line carries.
God damn, yeah.
Oh
table
my
hard.
God!
You guys are angry today.
I despise owning Patriots players.
Whew. I don't like it either. N'Keal Harry won't be on a team of mine.
I don't think I own a single Patriots player right now. I haven't owned a Patriots player for
there's
years.
nobody really worth owning.
I
haven't.
Edelman maybe, but now that Brady's gone,
I haven't owned Edelman.
How's he gonna be?
I owned Gronk, I think, for a minute and a half before he retired.
You guys did this. I'm skipping you and just you can go after me, but I have a lot of Jarrett Stidham shares because again, cheap, and if he is the starter in a Bill Belichick-led offense, I want that guy as my backup. I got him as a throw-in in multiple leagues as well. Do I think he's going to be great? No, I don't. I don't think he's going to be great. I think he could be really good later, but he's cheap. He's super cheap. And the name of the game in fantasy football is, Arms, when you have a great backup, what do you actually have?
A great eventual starter.
Yeah, but let's say you're a Patty Mahomes owner. Like, do you want to own Aaron Rodgers?
Oh, no, I got a hell of a chunk of trade bait.
Yeah, you got a hell of a chunk of trade bait. So you can't play them both unless you're in Superflex. So why do you need a high-flight backup quarterback?
I understand.
I
smell what you're cooking.
Yeah. So when you can focus on skill positions, wide receiver, running back, tight ends, and you can grab a guy like Jarrett Stidham for next to nothing, and he might start on the Patriots? On the Patriots?
I have a hard time seeing this Patriots team winning more than
We had this combo last week.
Yeah, apparently somebody doesn't listen.
8 games.
I projected him, I think, 7 and 9.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be that
7-8 games.
I wouldn't be that surprised, but even on 7 and 8 games, 7 8 games winning means Stidham has to have some decent games in there. Perfect backup. And you're afraid he's not going to start? Go grab Brian Hoyer off the waiver wire for $1.50.
I've got Hoyer. I don't even know why I have Hoyer on some teams. I'm like, where the hell did he come from? Why is he on my team? Now I'm like, oh, you guys want to buy used to Brian Hoyer?
It happens. I mean, I have Stidham shares. I have a Jacoby Brissett share. I'm looking at it right now. You know why? Because I got a Jacob Eason share.
Listen, I'm just going to throw
backup. Cheap backups.
Nothing makes me hate you more than the way you say Jacoby Brissett.
Jacoby Brissett. Jacoby Brissett.
Not Brisket. It's Brissett.
I mean, he should. Indy has missed the boat on marketing brisket after Jacoby Brissett.
Oh, you just sell it at the stadium, you know?
Yeah.
Hey, I'll take a barbecue Jacoby Brissett sandwich.
Don't even call it brisket. A barbecue Jacoby.
There we go.
A BB barbecued. A BBJ. Ooh. Hux, can you give me a BBJ?
No.
Wait, BJJ.
Brazilian
Jiu-Jitsu. Never mind.
Barbecue.
Brazilian?
I don't know.
Anyhow.
Who's got a player? Who's got an our guy?
I have so many. I think I have 4 out of 4 Dynasty League shares of Terry McLaurin.
I think all 4 of your leagues are the same rosters.
They're not.
They're close.
They're not. Oh, I've got Rodgers in 2. I have Carr in 3 as a backup.
Probably still have Eli Manning on your team.
A couple of no Eli shares.
Steve Slayton. I mean, how many?
What was no
Why are you no Spence?
No Spence.
Daquan Bowers.
Daquan Bowers. These are arms guys.
You guys
want
to talk? You can talk about my greatest hits.
Yeah.
All right. So,
what's some other small running backs you liked?
Noel Devine.
Oh yeah, that's what I was trying to think of.
Is that where you're going with
it?
Job at best. Were you a best guy?
No, actually, I didn't like him best at all. I don't know why. I should have, but I don't know why. He fit my my prototype. God damn it! I want to see the next Barry Sanders.
I know. We all do.
But the one everyone was on, Reggie Bush. I'm like, no.
Yeah, no.
I just don't see it. And he finished the season with negative fantasy points one time.
Yeah. Whenever he got signed by Miami, I was like, no.
He was unemployed for 3 seasons. Like, I'm coming back to football. We're like, huh? Good for you.
Yeah.
Nobody signed you, but
we know where you're going. Miami.
Nowhere. So, no, I've got multiple shares of Terry McLaurin, and most of that came from it was all rookie draft. The one startup, he fell. I mean, fell hard, like 8th, 9th, 10th round. For a top 30 guy, I think he finished the second half of the season in top 20 points per game. I just couldn't see not picking him up as late as I did, and I'm happy to have him in every damn league. And he's not my start. He's not my one. I think one league he's a 2, and the rest of them he's a 3. So
Yeah, great
number
3.
3, he's solid. So.
Great 3. Yeah.
So, and I mean, I get solicited for the trade all the time, but everyone's trying to give me either a guy who's getting ready to retire or someone who's a N'Keal Harry level guy that's never done anything. So,
Right.
So you won't take Larry Fitzgerald for him?
no.
Can't blame him there. But yeah, I mean, that kind of falls in line. Honestly, if you've got a Redskins player that you like, there's no need to trade him because Redskins players don't have much value.
You're absolutely right.
Now Maclaurin has value. I made a trade for Maclaurin this offseason. I think
wasn't with me.
no, I gave up. I think I gave up Nick Chubb for McLaurin and Lev Bell. That's what I did. Nick Chubb for McLaurin and Lev Bell. The Kareem Hunt threat is just too real. Like, they're both going to get theirs, but I want a guy that's going to get it all. So, yeah, I'm happy to have my Terry McLaurin shares, and he's my number 3 behind Mike Evans and Cooper Kupp.
Finish the season, just there inside. Finish the season with ragtag quarterbacks of just, backups, backup level quarterback, and then Haskins working all the kinks out as the number 27 wide receiver.
A lot of kinks.
Whole lot.
Whole lot of kinks.
You guys, just look how he finished the season.
Like, when
He
you
was
talk
fine.
about the kinks, you don't know whether to talk about the band or Dwayne Haskins.
You're going to eat your words.
Just like last year when he broke that rookie touchdown record.
He didn't start at the beginning of the season, guys.
I don't
He
give
should
a-
have.
I don't
He
give a
should- but, hey,
damn.
Do you not realize that if he started at the beginning of the season, he probably would have, based on his numbers?
I do not realize that at all.
They put in, like,
Zero realization.
No, hot garbage quarterback that just could not freaking do anything, and they're still not giving Haskins a chance.
Keep
Yeah,
talking.
so-
I need to
so-
extrapolate these numbers.
What does that say about Haskins if he's not starting over a hot garbage quarterback?
The coach didn't like him.
Oh, he's
No, that was
he's a degenerate.
that was said early on. That's not an arms take. That was said.
You got
early
to
on.
earn your spot on the field, Arms.
Oh my God!
Absolutely right. Absolutely. So we're still making an argument for him breaking the
No.
rookie touchdown record when he threw 7 touchdowns and 7 picks.
Hey God, you just don't get it.
I get it perfectly
No,
fine.
you don't get it because people develop as the season goes on. His first few games, you're like, you're down 20 points. Hey, Dwayne, go in and throw a fucking pick to the other team because everybody knows what you're doing.
He did develop into finishing the season out with 2 touchdowns to no interceptions. Now, granted, I wouldn't say that's setting the
What do
world
you
on
have?
fire.
Three or 4 games, it was like 3 of them had 2 touchdowns, 1 of them had 1 in the end.
Yeah, but can
Okay.
we roll through the yardage here?
He
He got over 200 yards twice.
Okay, he's played 5 games.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games.
You know, you don't call. You don't the spot duty. You can't call. You can't.
You can't?
You take 5 snaps. You're going to give that
All right.
gameplay? No.
Okay.
Whenever you're down and you're a rookie and everybody knows what you're doing, I'm not going to sit here and christen him as an NFL MVP.
Can we call-
But my God, the rookie touchdown record's like 26, 27
You want
touchdowns.
to crown his ass? Crown him.
Can we call 15 attempts or more in a game more than spot duty?
Fair enough.
7 games then.
Okay, 7 games.
Almost half a goddamn season.
Okay.
7 touchdowns. Like fucking shit, dude.
How many games did he not start?
Jared
I
Lorenzen
think
could outdo
I think
that.
he started 5.
He's dead. He can still do it.
Oh my God.
He would have been fine. Hey, since we're talking about hits, Baker was going to push Mahomes for the number 1 quarterback last year. Words out of your mouth.
Oh, God, Bruning. Matt Bruning. He said that's because of Jay Gruden. Jesus.
It is.
Whatever.
Gruden hated him.
Okay, talented players rise above the coaching.
Oh, my God. That is not always true. Play calling. You're not going to let a rookie change the plays. Just not going to let him do it.
5 of 9 games, no touchdowns. Come on.
How many wins they end up with?
And Dwayne Haskins starts 2.
How many wins they had before he started?
Probably 3.
Okay. So that has nothing to do with Jay Gruden?
Well, Jay
Okay.
Gruden
Okay.
does
Just
suck.
want
But my God, we could go through a list of every team and every quarterback. And
good
and
quarterbacks, whenever your team's winning.
There is no good quarterback on Washington.
Oh, my God.
Alex Smith, is he going to be able to play again?
They almost
I don't
drafted
think
one.
He's trying, and I hate
He
that.
probably shouldn't.
I wouldn't if I was him.
He was trying lightly, but the Redskins brass is like, please try harder. Because we cannot go into the season.
They
Dwayne
offered him a
Haskins.
front office job, so I don't think they're trying to get him back.
By front office job, they mean the best seat in the house, which is right there on the field, 50-yard line,
Okay.
ready to go in.
You ready to go with anything else?
Yes. Hux, who you got as a guy that you just covet on all your teams? Who's a guy you want to acquire on every
I
single
feel like
one of
I'm
your teams?
on repeat because the guy I'm getting ready to name is in the same freaking situation.
That's
as
fine.
Michael Gallup. I love the guy, and then they bring
That's
in
a great.
CeeDee Lamb.
That's a great talking point.
I love Michael
because
Gallup. Yeah, I
Arms
do
loves
think- I mean,
Gallup.
yeah.
And
I love
think
Gallup.
I think Gallup has stud potential.
I think
he
Gallup's
still does.
still the best wide receiver on the team,
I mean,
at least through this year.
It's arguable.
It's arguable.
And
yeah,
listen, we don't know what CeeDee Lamb's going to be.
right.
All right. We already know what Amari Cooper is, and it's a roller coaster. He's like a freaking EKG. It's just up, down, up, down, up, down, and peaks and valleys. It's horrible. He's great at times, and he's trash at times. I think Gallup
He was great.
is
at
going to
times.
be
He was trash at times.
I hope
a
so. 'cause
long-term,
I
steady
that's-
stud.
That is one guy I do have in multiple leagues.
I hope he's not great because I've traded him in a couple leagues.
But I mean, and that
I hope he's
offense
great.
obviously showed last year that they can support several different players. So I mean, I don't know if
Sounds like you're urinating, just so we're clear. The mic is straight picking that up.
I'm glad they can see you.
Yep. It sounds like you're just going at it right now. So he's pouring beer into a can for our podcast listeners that aren't
If
watching.
only I had a bowl of mac and cheese to rummage through with a fork. You would have no idea what I was doing then.
Anyhow.
Kraft macaroni.
So we're talking
and
about
cheese.
the from points per game standpoint, he was the number 20 overall wide receiver. On a team with, let's see, where did Cooper finish? Cooper finished at 18. I mean, I think Cooper, this is the best he is. I don't think he gets better, but I do think Gallup does.
I don't know if he gets much higher than 20.
I agree.
could
I agree
see
with you there.
12 to 15, I think, is the max.
It's pretty.
No, it's good. I mean, I hope he does.
It's like 3 points per, or 2 points per game.
Yeah, and they got targets to go around. I mean, they lost Witten, lost Cobb. So I mean,
That is
It's not
literally it's less than 1 point per game to go from 20 to 12.
I'm with you on Amari Cooper. I mean, this is the best. This is just the best Amari
This
Cooper.
is just who he is, and it's not that he's not horrible.
No, he's
No,
he's
not
who
at
he
all.
is.
He's a fantasy starter.
Yeah.
Like he's I mean, you could go as far to say he's a quality. You could go as far to say as he's a consistent fantasy starter.
He's not a consistent.
He's
fantasy
gotten
starter.
there.
You just have to play him every week is the problem.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't use Amari Cooper and the word consistent are just 22, 14, 26, 9, 40, 1.3, 15, 18, 31, 6, 1.5.
Can we
16,
just
17, 2, 6.
Can we
Like,
just say he's 10 times more efficient than Dwayne Haskins?
he doesn't play quarterback?
I mean, regardless of
I
position.
mean, you can argue that Haskins doesn't play quarterback either.
You about done?
oh,
But yeah, I mean
so good.
I don't know. I mean, the talent's there obviously for Cowboys offense. Are they going to put up the statistics they did last year? Because I mean, they were a top top offense. In the
You
league.
have 2 top 20 wide receivers and a
Right.
top 5-ish running back.
That's what I'm saying. Is Dak going to continue to put up the numbers he had?
I
did
think
last
so.
Year?
I think so. Especially now with CeeDee Lamb, Gallup.
Yeah.
You know, Amari's there, Zeke's there. Underrated name. What's the backup? Pollard.
Yeah.
Tony. I just kept wanting to say Tony. Tony. I mean, they've got a good roster offensively, and yeah, I think he can keep it up.
I
Gallup, I think, is going to be a real steal for a lot of people.
Oh, absolutely.
Like people are going to be afraid to really mess with anything because CeeDee Lamb,
I think
Amari Cooper, Gallup, but there's no Jason Witten anymore. There's not like a top flight tight end. Blake Jarwin's respectable.
I just think that you're going to have so many people in your league that think that Amari Cooper's the one.
Right. And
But
that's
he's
not going to
not.
be the case.
I
I mean,
think-
Gallup could pass him this year.
I think
And I think that is the case.
Yeah.
I mean, you could even. I bet a lot of people were saying, okay, Lamb's 2, and now Gallup pushes down to 3. So I mean, Gallup's
those
good
people are
time
crazy.
That's a good. I mean, I love CeeDee Lamb, but yeah, I mean, obviously I'm a big fan of Gallup, so
I just don't.
I think it'd be a good time to buy Gallup. I mean,
I think that if anybody
I
gets
think it's a good time to sell Cooper.
the biggest damage is going to be taken here's Cooper, in my opinion. Now,
I agree.
maybe not through 5 weeks,
I agree.
but let's say week 8 to week 16, it wouldn't shock me if Cooper was like hands down the number 3 on that team.
It wouldn't be shocking. CeeDee Lamb's got the potential to blow both of their doors off. But Gallup is, we're talking third year. He looked real good last year. He looked really good as a rookie before he got hurt. Like, we just don't know. But, I mean, if I was going to bank on anyone for the price, it's Gallup. I mean, CeeDee Lamb, not going to be cheap. Amari Cooper, not going to be cheap. Gallup's not cheap, but Gallup is the cheapest of the 3.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
he could potentially be the guy on that offense this year. That's a great buy, in my opinion.
Man, I mean, that offense is so nasty.
Bruning said he got Gallup in the 11th round of a Superflex as his wide receiver 4. That's the
it seems
value.
late. Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
the value
that's
right
incredible.
there. That's that. You can't ask for a better wide receiver
And then you
4
can't get
in a group of established players.
like, I just don't know how you're ever going to be able to trade, that kind of. I mean, you got to get a hell of a player to trade him.
Yeah.
Like if I have Adam Thielen, and you have Mike Gallup, you're probably not going to trade me unless you're in win now mode.
No.
And even then, it's still a question. I think Thielen may have a better season, but it's still a question. Gallup's
Thielen should have a better
third-year
season.
guy. Thielen's 29, 30, 31 years old. He's getting up there. So yeah, I'll go with my running back. I have Alvin Kamara.
Yeah.
And until this past year, Kamara has basically, I've never finished. I think outside top 4.
No.
In
and he
a
was
full-point PPR.
And in the still, like, you could say Kamara was a little disappointing, but
He's
only
finished ninth.
Points
per
you
game, 8th.
expected him
Oh,
to
no.
push for number 1.
I agree.
I was getting ready to say, finishing my thought, he was only a little disappointing.
So just to run down the list of people who finished. So CMC, obviously, I have Kamara in a lot of places because I didn't pick 1-1. You know what I mean? Or 1-2. But then Dalvin. I don't know if Dalvin repeats what he did. Hell, he's holding out.
I don't think so.
All right. Aaron Jones. No. Derrick Henry. Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love Derrick Henry. I'm not betting against that guy.
I feel like Zeke this is what Zeke does. He's top 5 running back. He just is what he is. Austin Eckler. I'm not sure.
I know.
Okay. Saquon. I think he finishes higher. He finished 7th. In
Yeah,
points per game.
Saquon, all they need is a line.
And then you've got Kamara at 8. So, from a comfort level, I have him as the 4th running back.
It's cozy.
I'm comfortable with him still finishing. Like my confidence is that he will finish the top 5 running back out of the other guys. 9th was Leonard Fournette, then Mark Ingram.
Well,
And then Nick Chubb, like Wes Hills, Detroit, he had 161 game. But my confidence out of the top 10 guys are Kamara's going to be a top 5 guy right there with the big 4.
I'm with you because also Drew Brees technically should at least decline a little,
Oh, yeah.
which means shorter outs to Kamara, little, more runs with Kamara. Yeah. Latavius Murray is what, 31 this year?
gotta be.
I mean, he's a good back. He's a perfect number 2 in that offense. But Kamara theoretically could push McCaffrey if Drew Brees declines a little bit.
And he was banged up a little bit last year as well.
So
I mean, he's not going to rush for 1,300 yards. Like, that's just out of the question. But he's played 3 seasons in the league, 82 receptions, 81.
you got to wonder too, if for some reason this would be Drew Brees' last season, why not run the wheels off Kamara?
The goal is to win it all.
Right.
Win it all. I mean, maybe even pull a page from the Peyton Manning playbook. If your quarterback starts to decline, ride that running game while it can. Running game with short outs. So
yeah, no disagreements from me. I will throw in another player here. So another guy that I have attempted, which somebody made their name Las Vegas in one of my leagues, and I was already Las Vegas. Kind of made me upset.
Yeah.
So, anyways, another guy I'm targeting in all my leagues is Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Again, I'm going on the cheap side here. They drafted no one. They really have no one besides Devontae Adams. Alan Lazard is potentially a breakout guy, but I just like the talent of Marquez Valdez-Scantling more, and you can get him seriously for almost, again, throw in prices. I got him for like a third-round draft pick, I think, this year. A late third. And he's a third-year guy. There's always a third-year guy that people are sleeping on. There's always a third-year breakout that happens that everyone's like, dang it, if I would have just held on. And for me, that's MVS. I try to own him everywhere. It's the name of the game is grabbing breakout guys on the cheap that you could either potentially sling in a deal or plug in as your number 3 when they break out.
I mean, so let's say that he has a start to the season the way that Maclaurin, Hollywood Brown, a couple 170-yard games with a couple touchdowns. Like, all of a sudden, you're getting a quality guy. You throw him with an okay starter, and you might get a stud back. Solidify your team. I'm not big on MVS.
I wouldn't take it to the bark bank by any means. But it's one of those things like the price is right for a third-year breakout candidate that no one is talking about. The price is next to nothing. So if you're weak at wide receiver, gobble some of those guys up.
Yeah, I mean, he burned a lot of guys last year, so, I mean, you probably could get him really cheap.
Really cheap. People have wrote him off.
Yeah.
People are forgetting about him. The Alan Lazard train is rolling in, but I didn't really see enough out of him to make me excited. But Marquez Valdez-Scantling's rookie year, I saw enough to be excited. He's got great speed, great size. He just needed to work on the finer things. Year 3 is when the finer things translate all that talent into production.
So I've got a few shares, and you guys know I love this guy. We talk about him a lot. James Washington.
I'm tired.
I got a couple shares.
Over a 6-game stretch, 7-game stretch, he had 4 games over 69 yards, and 3 of those were over 80 yards. It comes away with 3 touchdowns with garbage quarterback play. So if he becomes the
Duck Hodges is good.
No, Duck Hodges is trash.
Duck Hodges.
Is this stats better than Haskins?
Maybe.
Oh, man.
So if
Keep talking.
If he becomes the number 2, which Deontay Johnson's not a pushover.
Oh, not at all.
If he becomes the number 2, like, that is just
What's his name?
Devlin
Hodges.
Okay.
You could just look up Hodges the way that everyone else does, like an adult.
That's too scary
You
for
typed
me.
in Duck,
Anyhow,
Duck, didn't you?
You get this, like, his
That's how much I know him.
his high in receptions. He had 1 game, 6 receptions, couple of 5, and the rest of them 4, 3, 2, 1. Like, you get this guy some targets, some receptions, and James Washington could put up some awesome numbers. Like, he finished the season 735 yards. He could easily be an 1,200 yard wide receiver with quality quarterback play.
The stats are similar. Devlin and Dwayne. Devlin had a couple 200-yard games. He did not have any games where he threw more than 1 touchdown, though. But he had less games where he threw. No, they're the same, 0 touchdowns. So basically, let's just say that
they're not the same.
You've got
Did he throw 2 touchdowns?
1A and 1B here in Haskins.
One of
Duck
them
Hodges.
had Juju Smith-Schuster, Deontay Johnson, James Conner. This isn't the same. They don't have the same talent pool around them.
He had Adrian Peterson.
He's 96 years old. Adrian Peterson got his first Social Security check last week. Anyhow,
He had
love me some
Vernon
James.
Davis,
Love me some
Jordan-
James Washington. Did Vernon Davis even play last
I
year?
don't know.
You didn't know. Okay, didn't think so.
Oh, okay. Well, here's somebody that was
Calvin Harmon.
someone clearly better than Haskins
He was
Mason Rudolph.
healthy scratch for quite a while.
Mason Rudolph was clearly better
Hey,
than Haskins.
Mason Rudolph has the most punchable face in history of sports.
So did
It's
they,
only because Mitch McConnell doesn't play any.
on that
Why-
on
stop
that,
getting political.
on that stretch of games James watched, because he had a really nice stretch at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Who was Rudolph quarterback, or was Hodges, or were they both?
Hold on a second.
Rudolph got suspended, right?
No, I don't think he got a spin. Maybe one game.
I think it was Rudolph. He played all of December.
It was like both. It was mostly Hodges though.
Okay.
So does he play better with shit quarterbacks?
Well,
the answer is yes and no, or yes and yes. I don't know.
I just didn't know if
He's
there
not
was
had
that
a good quarterback
connection.
throwing the ball is the problem.
Yeah, 'cause, I
Same
mean,
with old Terry McLaurin.
Stop.
Interested to see with Ben back this year how that offense get.
Just to be clear, this guy.
To be clear.
1, 2, 3, 4, 10 games, 13 touchdowns. That is a very similar stat line to what if you just said, "All right, this is what Haskin does for his entire year." It would have been very similar.
Okay.
So anyhow,
Heard the word Haskins and I zoned out a little bit.
you're the one who keeps bringing him up.
Nick Kwiatkowski, IDP time. I want him in every league.
I would love to have him in every league.
Nick
Unfortunately,
Kwiatkowski.
you have him in every league.
I have him in every
Yeah.
friggin' league. And the reason being is because he was waiver wire fodder last year. And as soon as Roquan Smith went down, it's like, oh shit, Nick Kwiatkowski sitting on the waiver wire. Pick him up. Tackle, 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 tackle,
I've been
tackle.
talking about him
Pac-Man. That's his new nickname. Tackle, 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 tackle. Nick Kwiatkowski eating ghosts, tackling people.
Only been talking about him for
Every league.
since his
Pick him
rookie
up.
year. Whenever you guys
Who's the
basically
other-
told me I was an idiot for having him, but whatever.
Who's the other linebacker they brought in?
Corey Littleton.
It's Littleton.
Yeah.
But they're both playing in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would say it. That's
I don't.
That's starting
and-
to look like a pretty good defense.
It is, but Littleton, I believe.
Yeah.
I believe both.
I think both can succeed.
They can. Both of them were both teams let them walk for a reason. They are a little one-dimensional. Littleton's not really. He doesn't excel at everything.
The Rams just didn't have the money.
Yeah, but I
Who they
don't.
going to pay? Pass rushers.
I don't know. I
You
mean,
got to pay Aaron Donald. You can't afford the rest of your defense.
I mean, they're just,
there's
they're-
deficiencies there. You don't want to pay a ton.
They-
Like
and
Nick
they- plus
Kwiatkowski
they
is not
probably-
a cover linebacker, and cover linebackers are important. He's a thumper. He's a Zach Thomas.
I bet he plays 3 downs.
Oh, he will because he's
Guarantee it.
He's Nick Kwiatkowski. He will. Like it rhymes with Rob Gronkowski. It's just a meathead name. He's going to play 3 downs.
Wow, that's a. So you're saying all Polish people are meatheads? Thank
Dan
you.
Cummins can back me up. Yes, I am.
Anyhow, next.
Yucks. Come on, Hux. Give us a name.
Uh,
Who's a player you love you want on some of your teams? Add some content to the goddamn
I'm
show.
just enjoying this. Bashing on arms when I can. and
We can't
it's-
talk about Haskins anymore. Rule is made. No more Haskins.
I mean, but Ron Rivera's going to change him around.
Can we give a name? Somebody you love. Do a damn bill for all I care.
No, I don't know. What do you think about with Diggs coming in? John Brown. You think you can get him cheaper now with?
I'm more apt to grab John Brown now than I was last year because he was good last year.
Yeah,
And
he
people are
was.
going to forget about him because of Diggs because they're going to say that Josh Allen can't support 2 fantasy relevant wide receivers.
like
I
it's-
beg
Well, I
to
don't know
differ.
if it's that Josh Allen can. I think it's
The
their
offense.
offense.
Don't you dare talk about his quarterback.
No, I like Josh Allen.
Josh Allen's a star.
If Josh Allen can just figure out kind of like who were we talking about learning the finer points of the position, Valdez-Scantling, if Josh Allen can learn a little, can practice and get a little better ball placement, Josh Allen's a stud.
he's got tremendous work ethic. I mean, this kid's been just putting in the work this whole offseason, just trying to get better, contacting Manning, the different guys just try to get pointers. And Buffalo, I mean, not being biased by any means, but Buffalo's a team to watch this year big time.
Josh Allen's a baller. He's
Yeah,
a gamer.
If he just progresses a little bit, I mean, there could be
yeah.
a 12-win team this year for real.
Oh, 100%. especially in that division.
Yeah.
I mean, the Jets, the Dolphins, the
division
Patriots,
is
they could all suck.
I mean, total trash. So.
They could all just suck. Granted, I don't believe they'll suck. I think they've all improved besides the Patriots, but I think the playing field's pretty even after the Bills. After the Bills. Bills should win.
They should win the division. Should.
Speaking of the Bills, I have a lot of AJ Epinesa shares.
I love the guy. I love getting him in the second round.
Like,
that was great.
Like, I understand that this draft it focused on like
To
Chase
be clear,
Young.
second round of the draft, not dynasty.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, oh, gotcha. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
This draft just was like everyone Chase Young. There's always another guy, and for me, like this guy, he was just going undrafted. Like people weren't picking him up in a lot of drafts that I were in. I think I had 3 rookie drafts that I got him for $1.
Oh yeah. I did too.
And I'm just sitting there like, so if he arguably the second, third best pass rusher in the whole draft, if I can get him for $1, you know, we don't know what he is, but he's cheap as hell, and he's on a good defense. So yeah, give me all the AJ Epinesa shares I can get.
Don't hate it.
Yeah, I mean he should step right in and
Exactly.
he should. I mean they lost Lawson. They lost. I don't know who else they lost, but they lost Lorenzo Alexander retired. So I mean, there's definitely room to. He's gonna get all the snaps he can handle.
Yeah. I'll add another guy. I feel like I've talked about these guys a lot, but it's our guys. So of course I've talked about him a little bit. But Ian Thomas is my guy, especially with the light trade rumors of Curtis Samuel. They're just light rumors. I don't think it'll
I hadn't
happen.
heard him.
Yeah, here and there.
Okay.
I mean, just saying that he could potentially be on the block because him and, him, DJ Moore, Ian Thomas, all similar, not deep threats necessarily, but all kind of middle of the field guys. Like, how much room do you have? How many middle of the field guys can you have?
I feel you.
So,
Hope the Raiders pick him up. We're like Hucks.
They need
more tight ends.
Yeah, they need more.
You
Whatever.
said Curtis
Oh,
Samuel.
I was thinking Ian Thomas. Sorry.
I'm like,
Henry.
No, you're right. You're right. They need more
Anyway.
receivers. I mean,
Oh,
but
yeah.
they definitely need more receivers.
They only drafted a couple. They need more. But
Yeah,
Ian Thomas,
I
to
agree.
me, is, again, that cheap pickup. A throw-in, will you? Greg Olson's gone. Teddy Bridgewater, probably going to pepper the tight end, running back, and probably Curtis Samuel.
I don't think we have any precedents for that, but because I don't think Bridgewater was ever known for like looking for the tight end.
I'm not sure what he's known for at this point.
he's
Gloves.
Nothing yet.
Just gloves.
Teddy Two Gloves. I mean, that's about what he's known for.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at last year, he focused on one guy, and it was the big wide receiver, but he doesn't even have that this year. The biggest thing he's got to throw to this year is Ian Thomas.
Right
So
on.
I don't hate that.
And he's cheap.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's
And it
you're not getting, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you you're going to
Talia.
get Travis Kelce production, but you're not going to pay Travis Kelce prices.
Yeah,
either.
you're not getting Travis Kelce production.
So-
But you might be able to squeeze out
What if you got?
Higbee production.
Oh man, Higbee was good at the end of the year.
Yeah, those are some.
Yeah, I'm going to disagree
Those are
with
some
you.
tight end like legit #1 games.
I feel
that
like
he was putting up.
Actually, he was. Yeah,
That's what
he
I'm
was
saying.
literally
He was-
101 at tight end. I think 4 or 5 weeks in a row.
I like how you emphasized it. 101.
Yeah, that was a big deal apparently for me. I got blocked by Woody Page over that shit. That's not even a joke.
I know.
Let's be real. Woody Page blocked you because of your Haskins love.
So speaking of tight ends, and I'm like ready. I'm the guy who's ready to move on from Travis Kelce to take Noah Fant something. Like,
Holy crap.
I have
what?
a lot of Noah Fant shares.
You want to move on from Kittle?
Kelsey.
Not Kittle.
Either one.
If you have Noah Fant and value, I'm not saying Noah Fant and a third rounder. I'm not saying Noah Fant and a wide receiver 3. Noah Fant and value. I'll trade Travis Kelce.
I hope to God I play you after you trade and your team is Dwayne
I-
Haskins, Darius Geis,
And
Noah
Fant.
Fant.
I have seen the owner that has Fant, and he has nothing to offer me. Nothing. And that's sad. Like, Fant might be his second best player. I'm like, God, dude, why does your team suck so bad? But,
So
yeah.
I mean, where do back to we
I
already
think-
talked about Denver already, but like, obviously Drew Lock has to progress.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, where does Fant fall in the line of targets? I mean,
he's
third, fourth.
I think
is
right
he
now
kind
he's,
of
he's
just
second.
a touchdown guy.
Let's
or?
also realize Travis Kelce's like 32 years old.
That's
I
true.
get it, yeah.
But he's still
He's
there's no
still
sign.
great.
There's no signs of slowing down.
It doesn't mean that he doesn't slow down.
I
And
agree.
I'm not saying
I'm with you.
I'm not saying he doesn't go from 1,300 yards just down to 1,250.
Right.
Okay, but Fant is still a young guy. He showed a lot of promise several times last year.
I like him a lot.
You know, if Fant becomes a 1,000 to 1,100 yard guy,
I don't think that happens.
see, I don't.
How many guys are going to catch 1,000 yards in Denver?
I
two tops.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, but I mean,
why?
So-
Why?
Why?
Why not 3?
Okay.
How many-
let's
how many-
let's
Why,
divvy
why
them
not?
up.
How many-
Let's say, why
how
not
many-
900 yards? Why not 800 yards?
How many- how
he's
many
still a
te-
top 5 tight end at 800
how many
yards.
teams produce 3,000-yard guys?
Can we divvy this up? Get just off top of your head. How many yards is Sutton going for?
1,100.
How many yards is Judy going for?
783.
Okay, so there's almost 2,000 yards of production. How much is KJ Hamler getting?
400.
400, 450.
Okay, so there's what 20. Well, let's call it 25. How much is Melvin Gordon getting? 7, 8.
300.
What? You don't think Melvin Gordon's going to get
No.
600 to 800 yards in receiving?
I don't think he ever has.
Oh shit!
And that might be just.
Finish this off for me, Hux.
I mean,
but there's nobody else. Tim
mean-
Bourne, 100 yards? I mean, who else are we talking? Or Tim Patrick, 100 yards? We're not talking about anybody else.
you got Philip Lindsay. He's going to get some catches too.
Yeah.
His career high is 490 yards, Melvin Gordon.
Yeah, I like my 300 projection then.
So, I mean, last year he had 296, missed 4 or 5 games, but he's probably 300 to 400 yards. So, but even still, even if it's not 1,000 yards, if it's 800 yards and 6 touchdowns, he's got value. And once again, I didn't say I'm trading Travis Kelce for Noah Fant. I said Travis Kelce for Noah Fant and something of value.
Okay, you're right on Gordon. 500 yards is the ceiling,
Yeah.
and it's typically 4 to
That's what we
5.
said.
But still, I don't see Noah Fant breaking more than 8.
Eight.
But
eight.
8's a top 8 tight end?
Sure, but
Yeah.
how much do you want to pay for a top 8 tight end? Like only the top 3 really matter.
Okay, who's the number 3?
Waller,
Waller?
probably.
You want to take Waller? Not Ertz?
Yeah, I'm taking.
So
I don't
like
know. Ertz, Waller, they're ahead of
but
Noah
you
Fant.
you've got to move on eventually from your old ass tight end.
Not yet.
Dallas Goddard or Fant? Who you taking?
Dallas Goddard.
Man, that's a coin flip, honestly. I don't have a correct answer to that.
Okay.
We got Kelsey. We got Kittle. We got Waller. We got Ertz. We got
Do you
Mark
think Waller is the number 3 tight end this year?
No, but I mean he's probably still top 7. He's probably going to fall down to 7-ish.
with-
Mark Andrews.
Okay.
What about Higbee? Is Higbee going to keep on that tear?
Well, Higbee
Dallas
and Everett, I
Goddard
don't
was
think they
tight
really
end
played together a
10.
lot.
Gasecki was tight end 12.
Fant only targeted 66 times last year. Only 40 touchdowns.
I like Fant as a player, just like you. I just don't understand. I don't see it in regard. This is one of the few times where my fantasy league I think gets it right. 2019 stats: 40 catches, 562 and 3. 2020 they project a slight bump to 50, 673 and 4. I like that projection.
the
It's not
point-
bad. I
the
think a
point
couple
is-
more touchdowns, but yeah.
Let me ask
I
you
like the
something.
projection.
Let me ask you something. So let's say that I need a wide receiver, and I have, you need a wide receiver 3, okay, but you want someone solid, and I have Noah Fant and Terry McLaurin. You have Travis Kelce. Are you going to take that trade?
No, I'll keep Fant and McLaurin.
I said you have Kelce.
I'm trading you Kelsey.
Okay.
That's
So-
not the argument I'm making.
That,
I want McLaurin. McLaurin's the piece in that deal. I think
but
Fant has the,
I said a piece of value. I didn't say a stud. I didn't say I want Julio Jones back with it. McLaurin is someone who's of value.
okay.
So I guess we're looking at it as similar value.
I just feel like you want to put Fant into the top 5, and I don't see the room for him in the top 5.
there's absolutely room for him. In
I
top
don't
5.
see it. Kittle, Kelsey, still going to be there.
I think-
Ertz likely still there. Mark Andrews definitely still there.
Yeah.
And then
Okay, 6, 7. Hell, he's still going to have a good season.
yeah, but when you get to 6 and 7, you know
The
right,
difference between
if he doesn't finish 6
7
or 7
and 5 is 0.3 points a game.
if he doesn't finish 6 or 7, he falls back into the 7 to 15 range, and I'm not.
Well,
I'm
that's what I was
just
going
not
to
that
ask.
keen
What's
on
the
that.
difference between 7 and 15?
7
Not
and 15,
much.
5 points a game.
What? Because of one guy.
Okay, 7 to 12.
No, what do you mean because of one guy?
Okay,
It's 12 to 8 points.
throw
Uh,
Hunter
four-
Henry's
four-
old broken ass in there. Fine.
Okay.
Noah Fant averaged 7 points a game.
I think it gets
7.
closer to 13.
He played.
He
I
also
think it
only
gets-
had 3 touchdowns.
I think it
believe.
goes closer to 10.
Yeah, I'd go right in the middle there.
And if you want 10 points a game, Dallas
If you
Goddard,
give me 10 points a game and a guy like
Higbee?
Terry McLaurin, absolutely.
fucking Evan Ingram had 13.6
Absolutely, because
points a game.
I need. My point is, I need a third wide receiver,
Speaking of Evan
or I need
Ingram,
a number 2 running back.
What about Caden Smith? Really cheap.
Yeah, I like that.
I do too.
Jacob Hollister of Seattle
Not-
averaged
not
9 a
myself.
game. Give me Hollister. Give me some
I
Hollister.
played Hollister so many times in DFS.
Yeah.
So many times. It paid off a couple times.
Hell, Eric Ebron averaged 8. Just go ahead and give me that value.
What about
In Pittsburgh now? Yeah.
what Will Disley?
If
he was healthy, God, I love that
Darius
guy.
Geis laughs at him for getting injured.
Shut up.
I'd forgot about Ebron going to Pittsburgh. I like that.
I do too.
Is McDonald gone?
I think so.
I feel like he is. I feel like he retired.
I'm not sure. Jonnu Smith's a good buy low. Almost 7 points a game.
I've got another guy to target.
Let's hear it.
I have I think 1 share of Irv Smith, but God, I want 5.
I like Irv. Kyle Rudolph's about done.
Yeah.
I like Irv. That's an Ian Thomas. Like he's a tier below Ian Thomas for me because Rudolph is still there and is good enough to hold him off for one more
That
year.
frustrates the hell out of me because
I know.
I feel like he's so much better already than Kyle Rudolph.
Oh, he could absolutely emerge and just step on Rudolph, much like Santa Claus does.
We talked
every
a lot
Christmas.
about the, last year's draft class, and it was Irv Smith, Fant, and Hawkinson.
Yep.
And I still have faith in all 3
I
of
do
them.
like Fant more than Hawkinson now.
Yeah, I do too.
I have rolled on to the Fant train. Like Hawkinson's a nice player, but I have moved on. It's Fant.
I think Hawkinson's going to be fine. I just don't think he's ever going to approach like Fant at this point.
Just the combination of Detroit and an injury already. Just go ahead and give me Fant. Fant is there is a possibility that the open looks Fant will get will lead to major fantasy relevance. I
mean,
just don't
guess
see
if you're going to leave someone alone, do you want your already proven good wide receiver, your really dangerous wide receiver, that's looks like a prototype that you really want coming out, the running back who's proved himself, or the tight end. There's a reason that Peyton Manning supported 2 tight ends his entire career.
Yeah.
And by no means I mean Locke's Peyton Manning. I get that, but
What 2 tight ends did Peyton?
got her Dallas Clark and you know who I'm talking about. He was fantasy relevant.
Clark and who?
I can't even.
I mean,
remember his name.
Andrew Luck was really good about
No, he
Mo
had-
Alley Cox and
He had
Ebron and
I can't remember the guy's name, but it was 2 or 3 seasons. The dude is pretty decent.
I think he's right. I just don't know who it is.
who the heck was there with Dallas? Ben Hartsock?
No, Peyton.
Yeah, I don't know.
God, I hate,
I'll let
I hate,
I'll,
I
I'll let
hate
you
you for making me.
I'll
look
let
that.
you figure this
Marcus Pollard?
out. No, come on.
No, it was-
He's Polish.
now you got me worried about this. Like I know
You should be. I have no idea besides
No.
Dallas Clark who Peyton Manning made relevant. I mean, you got Reggie Wayne, Marvin Harrison, Dallas Clark, and Ezra and James. That's all I can think of.
I think it was Marcus Pollard.
If it was, your argument turned into Dwayne Haskins level shit.
Okay, in jeez, he had 34 touchdowns in 6 years.
It's not bad.
Who?
Marcus Pollard.
That's solid, I guess.
It's not bad.
6 years. How many?
34 touchdowns
34.
in 6 years.
It's almost 6 a year.
Yeah,
Pretty good
that's okay.
for a
guess
I wouldn't
I'm
really
sorry,
call
that's
it.
5 years.
I wouldn't call it.
98 to 99, 99 to 2000, 2000.
Nothing to write home
2002,
about.
2003, 2004. No, it is 6 years. Yeah,
Nothing
34
to write
touchdowns.
home about.
Get out of here.
Yeah, no.
Criminy.
It's okay. It's Ebronish.
That's a lot of freaking touchdowns.
Yeah, it is. It's,
He's
but,
ranked
but
as
I mean,
pick-
it's not like impressive. A lot of guys catch 6 to 7 a year.
Okay. Anyhow,
I mean,
a lot of guys do it
somebody
for
on the
6
Redskins is
consecutive
going to
years.
catch 6 to 7 a year with Dwayne Haskins.
All right, you done?
Yeah, done.
I hate you.
That's it.
Got anything else you want to add, Hux?
Nah, I think I'm good.
Punch Barker in the face.
On to a reaction. Thank you
All right.
guys for
Bye,
listening.
Felicia.
Bye, Felicia.
See ya.
All right, good night, guys.
Peace.
This concludes another episode of the Back Row Fantasy Show. Thanks for listening, and be sure to give us a review.